Hi, it's Nat, and today we're going to be reviewing tome.app, which is an AI tool that allows you to create beautiful presentations without needing to have an advanced design background or using multiple complex software tools. Now, as you can see, normally when you create PowerPoint presentations, there are lots of components in there where, if you move one thing, you may need to adjust a couple of other components as well, which can be quite fiddly. Now, with Tome, on the other hand, a lot of the things are drag and drop, which makes it very easy to adjust your presentation on the go. And basically everything just slots into the right place without needing much formatting, which makes it very simple and easy to use. Because you shouldn't be spending more time on actually creating your presentation than actually trying to communicate your idea or your story, right? So this makes it very easy to present all your ideas and thoughts without too much technical fiddling around with. So even though this tool is AI powered, I'm going to be honest with you guys, don't expect it to, type in a text and then suddenly you come up with this perfectly presented presentation, right? I prefer to think about Tome as more of a collaborative partner that can actually help you come up with the presentation or build the presentation. Now, the really cool thing is that they already have templates for you to just use straight away. So you've got things like sales pitches, fundraising pitches, if you want to create your own resume or mood board, present your work in a portfolio. I also love how professional and clean and modern this all looks. So say, for example, let's have a look at the sales. So you can see here, everything's very beautifully presented and well laid out. And I think it's really cool that you can have both landscape as well as portrait as well, because sometimes you can't fit all the information onto landscape view, but if it's in a portrait view, you can fit it all into one slide. Otherwise, what I like to do is actually create it from scratch using AI as well as a partner. So all you need to do is click on the top right, create. And I actually prefer this method because it gives you more control over creating the presentation from start to finish. So let's say I'm creating AI automation services and I want to sell this or pitch this to new businesses. What you can do is say something like create a 10-page sales pitch for my AI automation services. Now, notice how I put in 10 pages. You can leave that empty if you want the AI to decide how many is suitable for this particular presentation, but I've just added it in because I know exactly how many pages I want. And yeah, you can just talk about what type of presentation or sales pitch it's about. And so Tome's actually created the entire table of contents, the outline of the presentation. And if you feel that, it's not quite what you wanted, you can also regenerate. So it will generate a whole new outline for you. And if this suits, this looks pretty good, you can go ahead and continue on. Otherwise, if you feel that, you want to add the client testimonials first, then you can adjust that around just to suit, your presentation. But I'm pretty happy with that. So we're going to go with that. You can either choose to generate all the pages if you're comfortable with that. Otherwise, you can choose the layouts, which gives you, again, more control. And so we're going through this entire thing page by page. So this is the very first, page. And I quite like the big heading. So this will probably capture a lot of attention. Let's go with that. And we're moving on to the next page, which is the introduction. So I prefer less writing. So we're going to go with this, and we can always adjust it later on. Let's go with something with pictures. As you can see, I much prefer pictures than too much text, especially when it comes to, presenting something. So in case studies, we might want to put them into columns because we might want to add quite a lot of different types of case studies. So let's go with the columns and you get the idea. So James actually created the entire presentation for me. So say, for example, you don't really like the pictures or the images. What you can do is go to the right-hand side. Now, they've changed this a little bit because previously you could see all the different tiles, but now they've like minimized it all and made it look really clean and simple. So what you do is go to add media over here, hit generate, and this will generate an AI image of anything that you want. So basically you can type in, so let's say stressed office worker with headache, female with background full of whiteboards and diagrams, 4K cinematic, ultra detailed, and hit generate. And it's going to generate an image for you that's custom to, your presentation, and you can just pick and choose whichever one you want, and if you don't like it, you can always regenerate. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that one, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete this one and then slide this in, and as you can see, it's all drag and drop, so everything's already formatted for you, so you don't need to do any of that, which is really cool. And what you can also do is not only generate images, but you can upload images as well. So if you had your own images, otherwise you can search on Unsplash, which, has a lot of stock photos. Look at Office. Okay, let's go with this one. So let's go ahead and delete this one. And you can see that the images automatically resize, so you don't need to touch that at all, which is really cool. And by the way, these Unsplash images are royalty free, so you can use them any way you want. And you can see on the right hand side with all the tiles, you can expand other things out, like put in shapes, add a table in, add some charts, and more tiles like Figma, Airtables, Miro, Framer, Looker, and embed links, even Twitter quotes. So the other way you can also do it is down here in the search bar. So say, for example, you wanted to add in a Twitter quote. So all you would need to do is type in Twitter, and it will automatically add a Twitter quote in there. Let's delete this and add in the Twitter quote on this side. Just simply drag. And we're going to add in this particular quote, which is quite suitable. AI will not replace you, the person using AI will. So, and that further drives the point. Paste that link, and there's your quote. So it fits in quite well with the rest of your presentation without you having to move things around or adjust the boxes or the tiles. Now let's go on to the next slide, which is our solution. So as you can see, it's outlined all the reasons why the new business should be using AI in their business. So obviously increase efficiency and productivity, cost savings. Now, if you're not happy with the copy that it's generated, what you can do is highlight it, and then you can either rewrite it again, and you can keep it. Otherwise, you could make it longer, extend it. Okay, maybe that's a bit too long, but you can also reduce it as well if it's too long. So that's probably a good size. And once you've read through the result and you're happy with that, then you can continue on. The other thing that you can also do is adjust the tone. So say you're, in this case, you might be quite persuasive or intellectual, but say you're writing a fun marketing, proposal, it may be friendly or excited, and so you can definitely change the tone of voice depending on what your presentation is about. So this one is obviously very casual. So you can see here wow, what an incredible transformation. So, but obviously our presentation is probably going to be a little bit more intellectual and serious. So we're going to change that just to fit the theme of our presentation. So another really cool thing is I realized that you can actually highlight it, and this button over here called reference, you can actually reference, like look on the internet for relevant articles and references that relate to this particular quote or information, which like it looks like you put a lot of effort in to do all the research, even though you didn't really. But this is really cool to add in as well, just to like back up your presentation as well. So like, you know, you've got sources from builtin.com, LinkedIn, and so you can like, let's say we add this particular article in. And so you've got like this footnote of here that people can click onto and refer to when they're looking at your presentation, which I thought was really cool. Okay, so say this presentation isn't really your theme colors or your branding colors. What you can do is go to the right-hand side on the tiles and you can choose different themes. So like this one is dark. You could go light or cream colored, canary, which is like yellow. That one's probably a little bit too out there for us. So I'm probably tending towards the cream colored, which I think looks, otherwise the light color looks good. Let's go with the cream colors, and you can adjust like even more like the colors as well, or you can adjust like the pages as well. And you can also set it as your default, so you don't need to like repeat this process again in your next presentations. So a little story time and a little hack or a tip for you is last time I had a presentation that I was supposed to like present to live, and there were some technical issues. So what I did was quickly hit this button over here on the top right called record narration. And basically I recorded the entire thing. So you can see here, like attached it to my webcam and my mic, and then I hit record. So yeah, it's not working at the moment because I'm currently using this camera to actually record this video, but basically it will record your entire presentation and you can run through it with this little bubble over here which displays your face and your camera, and you can walk through the entire presentation without actually like having to do it live, and your audience or your viewers can view the entire presentation as if you're doing it live, which is really cool. And you can just send off the link to them. So share, you know, or copy the link. And you can also adjust who has access to it, who can edit, like if you have other team members working on this project as well. So let's grab that link. And this is the end result. You can see that the whole presentation is beautifully laid out. And the other cool thing is, say for example, they're using an iPhone or a laptop versus like a tablet. This can actually adjust based on whatever device they've got. So it's always formatted without the audience like having to like adjust the screen or squint. So it's very beautifully presented and very responsive to the devices that you have. So basically this is allowing anyone to create beautiful presentations without having technical or design background, so that now you can create professional looking presentations with the help of AI. And hopefully Tome is going to help you become a lot more productive in your work or business life in communicating your story or your big idea without spending too much time on your actual presentation slides. That's it from me. See you later, guys.